the persimmon game to me is just, it's so much more fun. It's so much interesting. It forces you to be better.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Robby here. Want to preview a little bit about today's episode with Trevor Larsen of PowerBilt Golf Company and Larson Golf Company. You'll see why these two brands work well together and why Trevor is the man. So really appreciated his time that he spent with Jonathan and myself. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and I think you might actually go out and maybe buy a persimmon driver to try that out. So many thanks to our friends at Summit Golf Brands, Be Dratty, Zero Restriction, Fairway and Green, all the great things that they have going on there. If you go to any of their sites and use BestBall20, you can get 20% off your order. Another thanks to Western Birch, Lewis and the team. We talk about their custom golf tees all the time. I've been out on the driving range a lot lately, working on my stack system, working on some speed training, and I might need one or two, even when I'm swinging really hard. So the Western Birch tees will absolutely stand up, and they are high quality, and they look good too. So check out westernbirch.com, buy some of the stuff they already have designed, or design your own. So check out westernbirch.com. If you use Best Ball, you can get a free gift with your order. But now, I'm excited for you guys to hear our chat with Trevor Larsen of PowerBilt and Larson Golf Company. Y'all enjoy. All right, Trevor Larsen, thanks for joining us on the Whole Story Podcast. Appreciate you waking up early and joining us today. You're out in California, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're up here, North County, San Diego. Yeah, happy to be on. Glad that we could make it happen.
Yeah, no, I've been following some of your stuff for a while, and then just you made a comment on something. Figured out I knew you knew Ryan O'Meara, Mr. Golf Scout,
that's my guy.
because I've seen his a lot of his posts where he has mentioned PowerBilt and Larson, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to meet this guy. It seems like you got a pretty cool story, something perfect for the whole story. So we appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's an exciting time going on in my world over here, and you guys seem to be booming as well. So it's a lot of fun to mesh the worlds here, the East and the West Coast.
East and West Coast, I love it. So the question we ask everybody to start with is how did you come into golf? Like, when did golf become a part of your life? When did you get interested in it? We'll start there.
It basically since the day I could walk. I mean, my grandparents played, my dad played, my cousins play. I should say my cousin. So it's been a part of my life forever. My grandma played until she was 91-ish. She's still pushing along. She's 97 now, but she can't play anymore. But
I got the family course record.
She probably has it. I mean, our family reunions used to be a golf tournament. The trophy's still at her house. I never won it. I was never good enough at that point. I think the last time we did it, I was 14 with a broken wrist, so couldn't really play. But my cousin's always been better than me anyway. He's up in Oregon as well. He's the assistant superintendent at Riverside Country Club up there, and I was a superintendent for years as well, until moving over to PowerBilt and doing this, which is a good lifestyle change for me. And no, golf's always been there. We did the whole baseball thing forever. I wanted to do college baseball, the typical baseball player going and committing his life to golf story. But I have a little bit more of a rich background with it, with the family being into it forever.
I love it. I love it. No, it's fun to hear families that have done it forever. I grew up playing a little bit as well, but like you, played everything else, played baseball. And Jonathan grew up playing baseball and did that into college. And he got into the golf space a little later. So it's neat to see how all the different golf stories mesh. And somehow we all come together and have kind of a shared interest and love of this crazy game that we're trying to get better at. So
that's always funny seeing the baseball, because you can tell the old baseball players, we still swing off our back foot. And so, oh, what'd you play? Oh, I played college here or there. What position? I was first base, second base. Well, I was a catcher. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Until my first lesson about 4 months ago, I didn't know that's how you were not supposed to hit a golf ball. I just
Right?
assumed that,
Why
yeah,
is everything going right? Well, it's because you're swinging off your back foot, bro. Oh,
right.
it's the opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, Jonathan's a lefty too, so
Oh man, you
yeah,
mutant.
he started out with sort of with different issues, I guess. So,
Oh, I
well,
mean that
cool.
seems to be from birth if he's lefty.
Well, you talk about you did the superintendent thing for a while. Where'd you do that?
Well, it started at in Central Valley at Spring Creek Country Club on the grounds crew. Before that, actually, I was at Poppy Ridge before they did their renovation. My first assistant job was in Los Angeles at El Caballero Country Club. We did the full renovation there with Reese Jones. So it was a Robert Trent Jones course, and we redid it with his son. That was really cool. We killed everything on the whole course, ripped out a ton of trees. Actually, I didn't say that, Los Angeles County, if you're listening. We didn't take out any trees.
They fell.
Yeah, they fell. It was really windy those few days. And so I got to do that. And then before it reopened, we were about 90% through the grow. And I think it was going to open in 2 months. I got offered a superintendent position down here in Del Mar. It's a little course called Palacio Del Mar that you can never play if you don't live there or you're not invited. It's a HOA. I always joke that it's the most exclusive course in San Diego. But it was pretty cool. It was a little 9-holer. It actually had its own island green. The course was really cool. I was there for about a year. And then I moved over to Reedy Creek, which is a 18-hole par 3 course in Escondido, and I was there for about 2 years. That place was interesting to say the least, but it was a lot of fun at times. And then I started doing persimmon stuff, and we can get into that too in a bit. But after that, I got linked up with PowerBilt, and then they started to grow, and then hired me to build the brand. So now we're here at PowerBilt, and it's so much better. Life is so much better. And it's really cool being able to do stuff that I dreamed of as a kid, drawing logos and drawing my own clubs and designing things. And now I get to do that on a daily basis and help grow what is, a 110-year-old brand back into its glory. This company's won 140 some odd PGA Tour wins, 8 majors, including 4 Masters. But it's been dormant for 30 years, and now we're on a huge upswing coming back. And we actually had one of our players just won an event yesterday, and in the Veterans Association, I believe is what it is, and he took the crown, and he's going to move on to their Western Regional thing in Utah. So, we're starting to chalk up some more W's and grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, what was it about PowerBilt that drew you in? Was it the quality of life? Was it maybe another chapter in your golf world or something else?
Definitely a mixture of all of it. I mean, I got involved with Paul with the persimmon side of it, and he was showing me the new clubs that were coming out and had me try them out as a halfway decent player. He wanted someone else to try them out, so I tried them, and I legitimately really enjoyed them. And I was like, I want to be a part of this somehow, like whether it be as an ambassador or whatever. And it kind of just grew. And they invited me to the PGA show last year with I refinished some old PowerBilt persimmons, and so I went with them under the both capacities of my own brand and that brand. And the owner, we got along, and we came up with a plan and hired me on full time and got me away from the turf. And it was just a really exciting time. I mean, that was just this last January. I've only been here for about 4 months.
Awesome. Well, we're getting you on the early stages while you're still enjoying it. That's good.
I don't
Um,
see I don't see not enjoying it, man. It's a dream job. It's a dream scenario for me being a creative and an avid golfer. Just at a really small scale at the moment, so it's super easy. It's just me and Paul in the office and our designers out in Michigan, and um, we basically just get to do whatever we want. If we want to make this one club, we'll make it. It's pretty sweet. It's a good gig.
that's awesome. When you mentioned the history of it, it's not a new company. There's a
No.
rebirth in it. But for those that are not familiar with PowerBilt, give us a little bit of the story.
Well, it started back in 1916. It was Hildreth and Bradsby. H&B, they started Louisville Slugger as well, a huge company back then, and they started off making clubs under that H&B. If you've ever seen the H&B on old hickories, on old irons or old wood. So that's all PowerBilt stuff. It grew and grew. It became the forefront. It was bigger than it was before Titleist and TaylorMade, but it was way bigger than them back in the day. The bright orange bag was something that players wanted to play. I actually got linked up with a former Australian pro yesterday, which was really cool. So I'm starting to see some emails from some former players and things like that. But it was the forefront of everything in the golf world for years up until about the 80s. And then it kind of fizzled off a little. Heldsrick and Bradsbury sold it about 8 years ago or so to our current owners. And it's just kind of been sitting in the licensee area for a while. So you'll see it up in Canada. We're still really big in Australia, New Zealand, and the Koreas and things like that. And just recently we wanted to really just bring it back to what it was and produce high quality product at a pretty good price, not quite D2C type stuff, but the materials we're using now and the designs that we have with the background of our president, Paul. He was the designer for Adams Golf. He's the one who came out with that really cool hybrid. He designed that himself. I mean, with his team, but he was the head guy. And our other designer, David, has just been crushing it with everything. So we're on a major, major upswing, and it's been really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, before we get to the persimmon part, because I've never swung a persimmon club.
We're
Talk
going to change
about,
that.
I think it sounds like fun. Talk about jumping into the pond with the big fish, right?
Mhm.
And what's the differentiation there in terms of is it product? Is it the fitting? What is it that makes a power built something but different than the Callaway or the Dick's Sporting Goods stuff that's on the rack somewhere?
Well, I mean, when it comes to quality, when you line us up to any of the other guys, such as a Titleist or a TaylorMade, like the quality, I can't claim it's higher, but it's right there. There's no diminishing quality. We have smaller product. We can take care of you quicker. For instance, when you order something from our store, it's me. I'm taking it. You're going to get a handwritten note from me. I
Right.
try and make it funny. Sometimes I don't know if someone's going to get offended or whatever, but you know, we try and make it fun. It's, when you get something from PowerBilt, you're getting a family product in a sense. None of us are brother related, but it's a family product. You're kind of getting the best quality golf product from a mom and pop shop, which is pretty fun. Um, Differentiating it to your stuff on the shelves. I mean, I want to be on those shelves. I'd love to be in one of those stores. It's an ultimate goal. So when I see things in there, it's never a knock on them being in these stores. That's the goal. But I mean, there's other than it just being a very old and established company, as you see jumping into a new pond, we're kind of already a medium-sized fish in this really, really big pond on name alone. So the main goal is kind of bringing our weight back in our product rather than just the name. And so I've ran with our new kind of little slogan. It's not your dad's power belt, it's the new power belt. So and that was actually helped coined by my golf spy. We got a little article in there from the last PGA show if you got to try these irons, and on there one of the posts was it's not your dad's power belt, and it's like I'm gonna take that.
Yes.
So
Can we use that? Yeah.
because I was running with not your grandpa's power belt, and I was like, well, I'm 35 now, so man, my grandpa played it too, but it's in the dad's realm now. So a little catchier, a little less typing, and yeah, I mean, just the stuff that we've been making is phenomenal. It's all Japanese steel. It's all forged and pressed 5 times. For instance, other companies typically press it 3 times. It just makes the steel a little more pure, a little more soft, a little more bendable for the club builders. And the biggest thing we do is we mainly sell in component form. So we really tailor to these club builders. So I've got builders in France now that want to carry it. I've got a guy in Florida. We've got super swings down here in San Diego. And so we like to kind of play around with these club builders. And so that everyone who's getting a set, not only are you getting something that's kind of small batch right now, but you're going to get a true one of one. You're going to get your cool ferrule that you want, whatever shafts and all that kind of good, all the goodies. And you know, we push people to, if you want to paint fill it. That'd be awesome. Obviously we want to rock that orange. You got to keep, we got to keep that orange bolt up there, but, make it yours. Golf is such an individual game. Why not, instead of having the same irons of 6 people behind you, have something that's truly yours, that's fit to you, that is also going to perform just as good, if not better, than some of these other irons.
You mentioned the orange. I went to University of South Carolina. We're the Gamecocks, so orange is the color of the rival school. So that would
So
be the hard thing to
that's
get
fine.
over. Unless you got an alternative for me.
I can we'll put in like a little burgundy or something. We got you.
Garnet. Come on, burgundy. Man,
They're
I got to teach these
particular.
West guys. Y'all think USC's on your side of the country? Come on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so I look at the irons, and on the site, they look like all blades to me, like something that like highly skilled golfers would need. And Jonathan's a lefty. I didn't see any pictures of left-handed clubs on there, but tell me about who are the clubs for? Are they for the skilled golfers, or are they for everybody?
So that's the beautiful thing is we do have lefty stuff. It's coming. I'm pushing for it harder because my cousin's a lefty and I got other lefty friends keep barking up my tree. So we're going to take care of the lefties. They're coming. We have 3 sets, and actually no one knows that there's 3 sets yet because we're still in testing phase. For instance, they're being built right now at Super Swings. We have a PD, which is our player distance club, which is more like a P770 type. So that's going to be not necessarily beginner, but intermediate beginner player. We have our CBs, which is the clubs that I was talking about. If you guys are lucky, maybe I'll show you. But they are sweet. I'm going to be able to play them this week and then be able to start posting them up a little more. But we're still developing those. So this might not be the final run, but man, they look good. And what we've had typically so far is they've all looked good and they've all played really well. So the ones you see the most are the MBs, which are the blades. They are a little bit of a muscle back. They're a lot more forgiving than they look, believe it or not. And I've had several people, I can't hit that. It's too small. I'm like, dude, rip it. Go, go, go. And they hit it and they just turn around. It's just that, whoa, like that. Wow. Okay. And they hit another one and they stripe it. And then they're really not that tough. Obviously, it's still a blade. So your beginner, yeah, they're going to struggle with those MBs. But your intermediate to better player is going to find them to be really, really soft. And we've noticed too, with all of the testing across the board from beginners to pros, the dispersion rate is just a dime. It is tiny. Everything flies straight. Your misses fly straight. It's been pretty phenomenal to see. We had Andrew Jensen. We sent him. He's a pretty good reviewer on YouTube. We sent him a set, and he was shocked. In fact, he didn't even want to hit them. He said they're too beautiful to hit, which is funny.
Did you send him those bronze ones?
Yeah, we sent him the bronze
God,
ones.
those look so good.
The bronze ones are sweet. We have black and gunmetal coming. Hopefully today. I'm hoping today I can show you those because we have the samples. But those are coming. The black is amazing. I mean, you can't go wrong with the black iron. And then these gunmetal ones, they have this little hue of purple to them that I can't necessarily see, but others kind of see it. They're awesome. So, we're coming out different colorways, but we do have that 3. We got your beginner club, we got your beginner intermediate to better club, the CBs, and then we have the MBs for our Tour Pro. So our one Tour Pro is Todd Dempsey. I'm sure you guys have heard the name. He's a San Diego legend and all around just phenomenal human being. He helped develop these MBs. And so they're built basically for him, by him, and Paul. And so, we have this tour-backed iron that he still plays. In fact, I got the caddy for him at the California Open. That was a lot of fun. And so it's not just, we're not getting some stuff off of, Temu or Alibaba or whatever. Like these are fully designed by some of the best club designers and players in the world.
That's awesome.
Whenever you say your misses go straight, I feel like I could probably put that to the test. I haven't had a straight miss in my life.
Okay, well, so our misses with these MBs, you miss, you're going to go 30 yards short, but it's still going to be there. You don't see a lot of flare off to the right, flare off to the left on these irons. It's pretty wild how accurate they are. They're a little bit more traditional loft too. So we've noticed that the 9 and the pitching wedge players are saying, oh, they're a little bit short. It's like, well, it's because it's not your typical degree. I believe the pitching wedge is 47. Your standard's 45. Ours are 47. But being that forged steel, they're really easy to manipulate and bend. So you can bend them strong. We've had a few players do it. We have a few guys that like it being a little shorter. They get the ball up and they spin really well. You can hold a green super easy. So it's been a lot of fun to be able to play around with it. And as we get bigger and we get more people into our fitting zone, and we're getting adapters for fitters and things like that, and getting them out to guys all over the country, I'm hoping to see more and more people at least try it, because they look intimidating. You look at them, they're smaller. They're about a half inch shorter than your typical, P790 or Titleist T200 or T150. They're a little bit smaller, but for me, it's smaller target, smaller miss. You have to concentrate that much more, which is going to give you that much better of a ball strike. It's only going to make you a better player to play these kind of smaller clubs. Sure, there's going to be frustrating times. Your game might diminish at the beginning, but it's only going to make you better as you get into them and get through it.
There's frustrating times with other clubs too. So
Yeah, I thought golf was just supposed to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, golf
they're
sucks.
all frustrating until that last shot, right? The putt that you tap in.
Well, I mean, it depends. How big is that number on that last tap?
That's true. That's true. That's the only one that went in the hole, so it's got to be the best shot. Well,
that's fair.
You mentioned Mr. Dempsey, and we talked persimmon on the site. There's listed the persimmon driver as well. So
yes,
tell us your interest and love of the old persimmon clubs.
Well, we can tie that into both of us here. So we can tie it into PowerBilt. PowerBilt, is the forefront and with the citations.
And Larson.
Yeah, so we can get into that too. So Todd, we'll finish with the PowerBilt and we can move into mine. Todd has been making persimmons on his own for a while. Him and Paul got linked up. He started making persimmons for PowerBilt itself, which is really cool. They're always one of one. We get them, they sell out darn near instantly. So it's a lot of fun to be able to get those in, be able to meet with him and play with him, and now be friends with Todd is really cool in my shoes, because I've got my brand, Larson Golf Co. I started off just refinishing persimmons. My dad was a cabinet maker, so I grew up in a wood shop, and just being around that was kind of neat. I got a persimmon. I play Goat Hill Park constantly. That's where I'm always at, and persimmons is the way to go there. Picked one up. It was kind of grungy, played it, loved it, and then just took it home and kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit. And everyone's like, "Oh man, where'd you get it?" I was like, "I did that." Like, "Oh, can you do mine? Can you do mine?" I'm like, "All right, yeah, like, you're a homie. Like, yeah, I'll hook you up." It's like, "Oh, dude, these are sweet." And then I just had more and more, and so I started buying some, and it started off with just a little bag in the garage, and now I've got about 400 or so in the garage on a full rack. And my wife goes out and she has to go up to LA for work. She'll stop at Goodwill's or wherever and try and find some, and it's a lot of fun. I've had a bunch of donations from people. It's wild how many emails or messages I've gotten of, "Hey, I got all like 15, 20 of these things. I don't want them. You want them?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. How much?" Like, "Dude, just take them." Okay. Yeah. And then I can turn them into basically a brand new driver. And so, I'm working on a project right now for Omni Lacosta. It's their 60th anniversary tournament. Is actually this Sunday. And it was 120 refinished clubs. So it's a tea gift, and the players got to use it in that tournament, and then they can hang it up, do whatever the heck they want with it. My fingers are bruised from whipping, and I still have about 46 to do by Sunday. So it's been crazy. So I've had that, and then the goal when I started after a while is I want to make my own. I want a Larson driver. I don't want to just take a sole plate off of an old McGregor or whatever and then put my name on it. Like, no, I want to shape it. I want to be able to do it. And then trying to find the tools for it is nearly impossible. I mean, there's about 5 builders in the U.S. that I know of, and that's David Bass, John Hayes, Todd Dempsey. Oh, if I forget someone's name, I'm going to feel like shit. Don't know if I can cuss on this. Geez. And there are just a couple others. And then myself. That's about it. And I've been able to contact and make friends with all these guys, and all of them it's a big collaboration. There's not, "Oh, I make this, I'm not going to tell you anything." Everyone's been a huge help. It's been a lot of fun. I've had people approach me now too, where I've been able to kind of mentor people, and it's the community of persimmon makers and refinishers is a beautiful thing, and that everyone is always in collaboration. It's never a fight to get things or do something cooler than others. But I finally just, I don't know, a couple months ago, was finally able to produce the Larson driver. It's still not perfected. I still got to figure out some weights. I'm going to unfortunately have to take apart my favorite driver, persimmon driver that I have, and be able to mimic that. I won't say which one it is, but it's gonna pain me to take apart, because it was my absolute gamer. I could just rip that thing. But if I want to make one just as good, gotta learn from the best. So I was able to make that goal, and it's only taken off from there. I sold out in I think a week. I only had 4 of them, so I mean it's not a huge number, but selling out persimmon drivers in a week was pretty cool. And then I've got pre-orders right now, and I do, in fact, Jonathan, have lefties. So I'm able. I found a friend of mine who's got a factory now, and he's able to help out with some of the more difficult things, because doing it in a sole plate or face plate, you need a special router, special jig, things like that. Things that these guys aren't willing to give up yet because they're still making them themselves, and no one makes these. So I do have someone do that for me, but from there on, I do everything else and put my little touch on it. And yeah, it's insane. It's crazy to hold one of those that has my name on it. It's wild.
Do you play anything else besides a Larson driver at this point?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. I sold all my Larson drivers. I still have my one. I have my very first one. It actually has the Super 76 US Tamiya purple and gold shaft on it, because I had that in the repertoire. I was like, there's no chance I'm not putting this thing on a persimmon. So one thing I did too with mine, I bore them out to put in modern shafts. And we found Todd put on a hazardous, I think it was a 70 or 75 gram low spin shaft on one of Paul's drivers. And he let me hit it first for whatever reason. We were in the simulator at Dogleg Brewing right here in Vista, California. And I think I carried it like 265 or something like that. It was crazy. So I like putting in not steel shafts. I mean, if the customer wants steel shaft, I got them. It's fine. But it's really fun to put some of these modern shafts in these, and it's crazy how much better they are. I mean, the wood itself is the same. I use they're actually all Ben Hogan rejected woods. They're called usable rejects. So they didn't like the grain or whatever, or there's a carbon spot, something or whatever. They could still make a perfectly fine wood. But I came into a box of about 40. I've got 40 more with the collector that has them for me. So all of my turns are actually old Ben Hogan factory turns, which is really, really cool and special to me, especially being just an uber golf nerd. And being able to do that and mix it in with the modern day, I think is a really special tool.
Besides the nostalgia of a persimmon, what do you think is the pull for golfers to have one?
Well, when you pull it out on the first tee, people go, "Oh, are you actually going to hit that?" And then you go, "Yeah," and then you just mush it down the middle and outdrive them by 20 yards. That's always really fun. The pull to it is it's people. I feel like, especially in the market today, people want to be different. It's definitely a different thing. Typically, when you get them now, especially because they're not mass produced, they're all basically one of one. Some are more rare than others, yeah. But when you play them, it's just like the crack of the bat with baseball. It has that feeling to it, has that sound, and then it gives you more in tune to the game. You really have to focus up. You got to hit it on the screws if they have them. Mine don't have screws, so I don't say that as much anymore. But you really gotta square it up. And when you do, your distance, I find mine, I put it on the TrackMan. I've done it in the simulator. I've done it on the course. My modern day driver, which I don't hit very well anymore, compared to the persimmon, I'm losing 5 to 10 yards. That's it. But when you hit the persimmon is when you pay. So it just adds another develop to the game. So I mean, Tiger Woods still plays the persimmon in his warm-ups and his practice, because it makes you that much better of a ball striker. Again, that theory of smaller target, smaller miss, is something that I really get after. And it's just, they're a lot of fun. My slogan with Larson Golf is modern woods are boring, play persimmon, and they come out with a new modern driver, every 45 seconds? Like it's wild. So, the persimmon game to me is just, it's so much more fun. It's so much interesting. It forces you to be better. And then you're going to see parts of the course that you've never seen before, because you'll be a little bit shorter, or you're going to be way off into the trees or somewhere else, and you get to play a different style of golf. So say you've played a course 8,000 times, you're going to see stuff you've never seen before playing that persimmon. And then it's just that much bigger of a flex when you go and beat your buddies and they're like, "Why you're playing a," it's way bigger of a flex.
If we're talking about playing from the woods, I've seen that. I see that every day. Anytime I go play golf, that's the only place I see golf.
From the woods with the woods.
Right. It'd be different if I saw the course from the fairway.
Well, you know what? Maybe you'll find a fairway with a persimmon.
Yeah, persimmon and PowerBilt, right?
I just started swinging a driver, and I still haven't figured it out. I hit irons off the tee.
Yeah,
for pretty much everything.
our PD 3-iron here at PowerBilt is an absolute missile. Our Joe Kramer, the guy who won for us yesterday, he messaged me after. He's like, dude, that 3-iron's so good. He's like, I was totaling out 270.
Yeah.
The guy's a machine, first off, but like 270 with a 3-iron, what do you need a driver for? You don't. I mean, caddying for Todd, he hit driver 2 times, I think, and he played 3-iron all day. There's no shame. They have like the meme or whatever that's on there with the Shane Gillis of like calling someone a bitch for using a 3-iron off the tee. It's like, no. That's called course management. That's how you're a good golfer. Why? Like, is it really going to be that beneficial to be 80 yards from the green in the rough, or will you be fine at 120 from the middle of the fairway? Like there's not all just smashing the ball in golf. You got to be able to course manage a little bit.
I guess with the custom optimization or whatever of the Larson clubs, I mean, it's really cool because, like you said, the tee gift aspect of it. But when you're building them and stuff, like it sounds like Jonathan and I might need to go ahead and put an order in for best ball 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Like we need to have custom best ball drivers that
We
we
can
pull
do
out
that.
when we show up. I mean, there'll be one of one because there'll be one righty, one lefty, and yeah. So I don't know. Sounds like Jonathan, we might need to figure that in the budget somehow.
That's something we can do. I mean, I use, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Young Dirty or Dirty's Golf Shop out in New Mexico. He's a good friend of mine, Max Machado, and he's done art for a bunch of different people. He opened his own golf shop in New Mexico. I send my plates off to him. He's got access to some crazy laser that can do the most detailed things into those plates. So it's a lot of fun. I've been reached out by a couple of different clubs to do. When I say clubs, I mean like some of the higher end clubs up in Oregon and stuff. The people who know me a little bit, and they want to do some
like Ryan O'Meara, Wildwood.
Oh, I mean, Ryan doesn't have to ask. Ryan gets whatever he wants. So,
how did you guys meet? I want to hear that story.
That's a great question. I feel like I've known him for so long now. It had to have been through golf. It was more than likely through my cousin who lives up there in Portland and who happened to play. And then we probably got mixed up at a tournament somewhere and just started hanging. When they brought in one of the Oregon guys came down and did a big tournament at Goat. Ryan stayed with me and my wife, and every time we go up to Portland, if I'm not staying at my cousin's, we stay at the pool house at Wildwood. So Ryan and I actually have a monster trip coming up. You've got the Landman hat on. That's how we got in touch with that Landman post. Ryan and I, we're meeting up in Nashville mid-September, and we're going to go play the Blackjack Open at Sweetens Cove with a different Ryan and the Cigar Don. We're going to go play with that guy. Yep, we're going to play with Ryan. We linked up at Goat at one of the Kingdom tournaments that Cam throws. We won that tournament. Actually, the flag's right there. The trophy's in the front there. So Ryan and I the other Ryan and I have been linked up for a while now too. So we're going to meet up with him, stay with him, play that tournament. And then we're driving from South Pittsburgh. We're going to go up to Kentucky, see my persimmon guy. We're going to go through St. Louis, try and catch the Gimme Golf guys, but they're going out the Landman. Yep. So we're going to go through St. Louis, hit Kansas City, Omaha, and then ultimately end up in Homer. And we'll be there for the Cooler tournament as well, which I'm jacked about. And then there's a small chance the Field Day guys, they're doing their Persimmon Open. I think it's in actual Pittsburgh. I might try and sneak out a few more days and drive over there and play in that and then fly home, because it's the day after the Landman. But I don't.
Why not?
Well, why not is because Brian's got to go home. So I'll be on my own, which wouldn't be the worst thing, but I don't know. We'll try and figure it out. So it's going to be exciting. Ryan and I, we've done banding trips, have gone up to Portland. We've hung out. I've done a lot of the artwork with Wildwood, for Wildwood. His Golf Scout logos, I've done a couple of those. He's also an incredible artist. So, I mean, he pumps out stuff all the time. And no, he's a really, really good buddy of mine, and I'm super excited for that trip. It sounds like you guys are going to be there too, and it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I will be there. Jonathan has to miss this year. He came last year, so this will be my third go around with the Cooler.
All right.
Yeah, not playing in the actual Cooler event. The match.
Why not?
The match. Are you playing in that? You must be a really good golfer then.
I'm a 3-6 right now.
Unless you know you're playing in that, you're probably not. It's Will Anderson and his group versus Jeff Birch and a group of his folks. So
Okay.
everybody else,
Maybe I'll play my way into it on that first day.
yeah, you'll probably earn your way there. But that's on the second day,
Yeah.
and they play like 3 9-hole matches or something like that. So
Yeah.
anyway, and that's for the actual cooler. But everybody else gets to hang out. That's
Yeah.
where I'll be. And so we will have to.
I'm going to be looping that track as many times as I can before my legs fall off.
Absolutely. That's the best part about it, about the
Yeah.
event. Well, one, the people, right? It's
Yeah.
just a great group of people. That's where I met Ryan last year. Got to hang out with him. He's an incredible photographer, but just an incredible person. And so it was fun to get to know and hang out with him, and excited to do it again, but excited to get to hang out with you as well. So, that's just the best part of golf, right? Like it's meeting people and enjoying this crazy little sport. So
Yeah. My wife goes, "How do you know so many people?" I'm like, "It's golf. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to figure it out."
Yeah. People like talking about golf. It's kind of crazy.
A little bit, and they like listening to it too. It's like everyone listening now. So that's just awesome.
Yes, yes, they do. Well, cool. Well, we ask everybody, I guess. Well, first, I guess what's next for Larson? What's next for PowerBilt?
Next for PowerBilt is we are actually working on. I think we got some feedback or echo going on right now.
Yeah, Jonathan's got some echo or something going.
So, sounds like you got a truck. There you go.
I muted him.
As long as it's not picked up on your end.
Yeah.
We're working on our metalwoods right now. They're in development. We're hoping to have them by the PGA show. That's about all I can say about those, because we got a couple tricks up our sleeve with that, and those should be pretty sweet. They're going to be very tailored to the player. Front weight, back weights, kind of things. A lot of adjustability. It's really, really built for the player. And that's not to say it's not built for a beginner, but it's mainly built for whoever's playing it. And PowerBilt, we're working on growing right now. It's going to be a slow burn. We don't want to get too big too fast. But just these new irons coming out. We have a putter collab coming up. It's done. I don't know if I can say anything about it, although I'm the one who makes those decisions. So if I really wanted to, I could.
This episode will come out on the 24th of this month, so you got a couple weeks if it'll be announced publicly by then, or you make the call.
Most people know. We'll leave a teaser. We'll see if anyone listening can guess who the collab's with. It's with a really nice putter maker out in Utah, and that if they know, they know. So it's a really, really sick putter. We've been gaming it. Our guy who won again, he played it yesterday and won with it already. So it's a sick blade. We've got that going. I've been working on my own putter design, which is another dream. So I've been drawing one up. I'm hoping we might be able to squeeze that in by the PGA show too. So we'll be at the PGA show. Last year was a huge success for us with the MB bronze irons. We had a lot of press on it and things like that. So I'm hoping to get some more with either these metal woods or our new putters that are coming. We've expanded the team. We've got 2 players. Again, Joe. He's actually an active duty Marine right now, but he's going to be going out to Fort Lewis in Colorado next year. Actually, I'm not sure if he's fully committed, but that's his intention at the moment. And then we have a player at Virginia State as well. He's a local kid from here, but he plays out at Virginia State. And then we also have Todd. So our team is growing in that sense, and that's also my job, is kind of player support. And next for PowerBilt it's a wide open book. We get to basically do what we want. We're kind of feeling out how things are going. We're selling out more than we can keep stuff in, which is great. We got the new colorways coming in again, hopefully today, which today's the 8th. So by the time this is out, if we don't have them, I'm going to be melting. They're in transit, so they should be here. And and what's next for Larson is I want to get into the hickory stuff. So I got a set of hickories. They're sitting behind me right there. And
there you go.
I played them. I don't know what any of them were. Mashie, deep face mashie, the jigger. I don't know what they were. And I went and played. I shot 6 over at Goat, which not bad for clubs I've never played. And I hate a soft golf ball, and you have to play a soft one with that too. But it was a lot of fun. So I plan on playing in the U.S. Hickory Open next year at Gearhead, which there's the flag. And it's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna start playing and tinkering around with some hickory stuff. I've got a friend of mine, Brad Harvey, up in Portland, who creates it. He makes his own shafts. He's the man. That dude's a legend. I believe it was his dad basically wrote, his dad, his brother, his cousins or something. They all wrote those the building golf books, like the golf Bible. They helped write that stuff. So like this dude's a master. And so he's helping with that. And yeah, it's just growing. That's the goal. The goal is to grow, get some more PowerBilt stuff into people's hands. If my stuff happens to be there too, that's great. My focus really is on the PowerBilt stuff and getting this more off the ground and into more people's hands.
Sounds like a good plan.
We tried.
Yep. Well, one question we ask everybody that comes on the podcast is, again, we love golf stories. We want to hear the story of your most memorable golf shot.
Oh, geez.
And you sound like a really good golfer, so those are harder for good golfers
there's
because
more
there's
to
so
choose
many
from.
of them. Yeah.
Well, I've never had a hole-in-one. Like, I technically have on the playground at Goat. People at Goat Hill Park know we have a little chipping course. It's for kids, hence the name playground. I've had 2 hole-in-ones on that, but they don't necessarily count. I joke that they do because we play the full course, which is 3. Everyone's hitting from the same tee box. Because to me, a par 3 course hole-in-one is still a freaking hole-in-one. Everyone's playing the same thing. It's a course. Blah blah blah. It's a hole-in-one, but you can't really count the playground. I have gotten close though, and this was, I can't remember what tournament it was. It might have been the El Compadre, which is in December, thrown by Al Geiberger and his company Almigos. It's a phenomenal tournament at Goat every year. Actually, it's where I proposed to my wife like 4 or 5 years ago now. I was in between that tournament, so that's a special one for me. On 18 at Goat, it's par 4 with, it was either persimmon or 3-wood. I hit it to about 3 inches. And it's about 280, maybe 270-ish. So it was real close. That was a good one. Actually, you know what? No, that was the Kingdom tournament with Ryan with the Cigar Dawn. We eagled that hole. And yes, that's what that was. I thumped it real close. And that was with eagling 1 also. Drove the green on that with persimmon, so it was with persimmon. And yeah, so that was probably one of the most memorable. Yeah, you're right. I'm fortunate enough and lucky enough to play at a lot of really cool places, a lot of really cool people. It's really hard to narrow it down to one. My cousin and I did a crazy trip where we started in Portland, played Chambers Bay, went back to Portland, drove to Bandon, played Bandon for 2 days, then drove up and played Gearheart, and there was a million cool shots out of there. It's impossible to put it down to one. But I think that the tournament, the Kingdom tournament one, putting it to about 3 inches on 18 was probably one of the coolest. Because you drive up to a ball, it's close, and then you drive up and it's 20 feet. Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
This one I drove up and I'm like, oh, it's still close. When we get closer, it's still close. Oh shit, it's right there. Like it just needed.
Then you start questioning why. Why didn't you go in?
Pretty much, or I try to take the sauce a little bit more and just be like, damn, it's a cool shot. Because what ifs in golf will kill you.
That's true.
What if blah blah blah, or I should have, or it should have. No, it shouldn't have. That's what it did. And then we're all guilty of going, oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, yeah, no shit, you're gonna take it. It's golf. You kind of have to. But yeah, that's such a difficult question.
Fun to think about, though.
Yeah, I've got two to choose from, so it's a lot easier whenever you're not good at golf. You're like, oh, I remember both of those shots, and one of them was a terrible shot. So, yeah.
So I mean, sometimes when you're in a terrible lie or a terrible place, those are the best shots. The one solo tournament I've won is when I was a superintendent. It was a superintendent invitational at Aviara, which used to host the LPGA. It was, I believe it's 10. I thumped it down. I hit it too far, and it just botched up on next to a palm tree. And I had just enough to get away from the tree ball, and I could stand a little bit. But the green was probably a $140 out, and my feet were about 3 inches above the ball, and I got it onto the green from there. and it was crazy. So the recovery shots are sometimes the best ones. And I ended up winning that tournament by 5 strokes. I shot 2 over, and that was my first and only solo win. And that was a lot of fun, especially because I called it out. There's, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the Turf Today podcast. It's a turf podcast that I helped start with Adam, and now he's got another co-host, and they've grown the show like crazy. Love those dudes. But I remember we talked about it the first time I played in that invitational. I did not know that it was, because you play in a group and you play as a team, but the superintendents have their own thing. It's a best ball, so you're playing your own ball, and the superintendents have their own rack, and then there's the team, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know, so my partner would get it in, and I asked her and just throw in a couple of putts. I lost it by like 4 strokes without trying, and so I called it out on that show. There's proof. I called it that I will win the next one, and I went and won the next one. So it was fun. I practiced a ton for that because one, I put that chip on my shoulder, and 2, I was pissed that I lost it the year before.
Didn't even know you were playing.
Yeah, and then when I tried to defend my title, I shit the bed, and I didn't play very good. I think I only lost by like 3 or 4, but I still just didn't play very good. So those recovery shots though can easily become some of the coolest and some of the best shots on there. And I think Arnold Palmer said it. It's you need one good shot a hole, and you don't want it to be your tee shot. And it's factual. You have a bad tee shot, so what? How's that second shot? There you go.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it.
It's facts.
All right.
Coming from the best.
Yeah.
Another thing we like to do to sort of wrap it up is what we call a quick 9. So just be a little back and forth here. First question, what is, and it sounds like you've got lots to choose from, what is the favorite course that you've played?
Man, I think nostalgia, like, because I mean, what tier are you asking? Are you talking like famous course, best round, best vibes?
It's up to you. It's your favorite.
Okay. I'll break it down. The coolest one, I think, of just the awe factor is probably Chambers Bay. The best vibes is hands down. It's we call it the tradition now. Ryan comes and plays in it. My cousin. We always go and play the pub course at McMinimans in Portland. If you guys have never heard of McMinimans, it's like a brewery distillery company. His brothers started, and they started taking over all these old buildings and stuff. And they took over this area in Troutdale, which is really close to the airport there in Portland. And they have a whole lodge, their distillery, a winery, everything. And they put in this little like 20-hole par 3 course and like a 12-hole par 3 course. And it's just beautiful. It's up in the hills and the trees. You obviously have to walk it. I think that one is the most nostalgic and cool. And then Chambers is probably the most awestruck, which is tough to say because I've gotten able to play Bandon and most of the courses a couple of times now. But I'd say between those two, yeah, to keep it quick.
Love it. No, those would be those are on our bucket list. So I got to ask, what's on your bucket list?
Landman Sweetens.
Landman, you'll check that one off. Yep.
Big ones. I want to get out to Mammoth Dunes. I want to do that whole Wisconsin beat. I'd love to, as much as people call it a gimmicky, I want to do the Paynes Valley. And I want to get up to courses in Nova Scotia, Canada. Knowing the Dormy guys out there, I see Todd and all those dudes going and playing these courses up in Canada. They're unreal. So I want to get east. I've never really been able to play east. I've conquered the west pretty good. I want to get east. So yeah,
well, we need to invite you, and you need to invite us. We'll come play golf with each other.
You guys are more than welcome anytime. Goat Hill Park is the place to be at. So
we've talked to Matt Janella. We had Michael Verska, the director of custom fitting, and both of them play at Goat Hill all the time, and absolutely.
I see Matt and G quite often. Yeah.
Yeah, they rave about it. So it's high up on our list.
Yeah, it's the vibes place. You guys don't wear the shirts you're wearing now. You will get made fun of. You won't hear anyone, but you'll get made fun of just now. Just kidding.
Yeah.
A little bit.
T-shirts.
It's a T-shirt and shorts course. Everyone's got their dogs. The vibes at Goat are unreal. I mean, everybody basically knows everybody. If you came with myself or any of my friends, it's a family affair every day. Friday skins is awesome. You get there about 2:30. That's when all the locals are there, and it's a shootout for those skins every time.
Yep. We're going to be talking to John here soon, so we'll get a little
Nice.
more of the story. Yep.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I'll leave go to John. He can do that. Ashworth's he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Really fun to talk to.
Yeah. Looking forward to that one.
All right. What is the best course that no one knows about?
Oh, everyone knows about Goat Hill now.
Right.
Wildwood.
Yeah.
Wildwood, Portland, Oregon. I mean, Portland golf in general is insanely underrated. It's crazy. The city courses out there are even cool, but Wildwood, and almost Scappoose, so just North Portland. That's the spot. That is a killer track. Great people. It's always in killer condition, minus the winter when it can be wet. But that's Portland. Get over it, you know. But Ryan is tirelessly. I mean, I've seen videos of him out there at 2 or 3 in the morning watering himself. The dude he's the man. The course is awesome. It's such a fun track. It's a good walk. A couple of the holes will kick the crap out of you, but it's awesome. The vibes are great. The everything. Wildwood, Portland, Oregon, hands down. Non-homer plug there. It's true. That is factual.
And an incredible logo.
Yes, Hubie. That's his name, by the way. Hubert. Hubie's the man. Hubie's the man.
Nice. I do have a pair of Del Campo socks with Hubie on them. So
yep, I got those. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. All right, dream foursome.
Alive or dead? Or both.
Your dream.
My dad passed away in 2009, so it'd be great to actually play with him when I'm not a teenager with a shitty attitude throwing clubs, and be able to beat the crap out of him would be fun. John Daly and probably Jason Kelsey. I'm a humongous Eagles fan. If you're not and hate it, too bad. Don't care. No one likes us. We don't care. So yeah, Jason Kelsey, that'd be, and then obviously me, that'd be 4. That'd be unreal.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. So you go out with those guys and you pick a walk-up song. What's your walk-up song for your first tee?
Oh shit. Oh, I think just because the vibe would be so high and it would be so cinematic, it'd have to be Thunderstruck by AC/DC. I can't imagine it being, it'd be such like I feel like it'd be almost like an army commercial kind of vibe. I think Thunderstruck AC/DC would be pretty sick.
Yeah. All right. This one might be tough, and you've probably hinted at it a little bit, and it might be like a parent being asked to pick their favorite kid, but what's the favorite club in your bag?
At the moment, it's my 54-degree PowerBilt Atlas wedge. I self-proclaimed wedge wizard. I would want my ball to roll a little bit off the green if it's a really long putt. I would heavily prefer to chip it any time. So it's my wedges, and at the moment it's the 54. Used to be the 60, but my last 3 out of 4 rounds I've chipped in either save par or birdie with that 54. Although the 60 I did hit a flop shot in for birdie on 18 last time I played. So it's always the wedges. It's the wedges for sure.
The future Larson putter might argue with that. So you better start hitting those greens.
I don't like putting. I don't. I hate it. I'm good at it. I can putt. I hate putting. I don't like putting. I would rather chip in.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Jonathan, on the other hand, loves putting.
I love putting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it towards like, oh crap, I'm on the green again, But if it's I'll take a short chip over a long putt any day.
I'll take a 20-yard putt off the green over any chip any day.
There you go. I'll teach you that chip.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
All right. What is your favorite snack on the course?
The protein balls from Banded Dunes. It's like chia seed, peanut butter, whatever.
Yeah.
My wife tried to make them, and she didn't have the measurements right, so she's going to do them again. But the protein balls at Banded Dunes, hands down, the best thing.
Sure, somebody else mentioned that too.
Yeah, I've got
some buddies. I've got some buddies that are leaving tomorrow for a Bandon trip, and I know they are looking forward to those as well.
So have them ask if they can for their caddy. Have them get Ross, which is Roscoe Golf. He makes a cover that's on the back there.
Yeah.
Get Felipe, Felipe is a fellow lefty for you there, Jonathan. Felipe is one of my favorite people on the planet. Or they can get Jay-Z, or they can get oh geez, I can't believe I can see his face. Someone else. I mean, you can't go wrong. All the caddies of Bandit are phenomenal, but those are some of my buddies there. BJ, get BJ. Either any of those guys. Obviously, all of them are phenomenal. I think Birch is a caddy out there sometimes too. So yeah, they're all great. But those are my guys.
That's awesome. All right. Favorite golf course logo? Maybe let's take Wildwood out of the picture because we already talked about that. What's your favorite logo?
It's Goat Hill. We'll take the local ones out. Let's make it a little more fun and less homery.
But Goat Hill's an awesome logo.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, you took out Wildwood. The Riverside logo is pretty slick. What do we got up here? God, it's so tough. There's so many good ones. All the Bandon ones are great. I love the Shorties one. I got to play Shorties on opening day. That was cool.
Nice.
They invited Larson Golf up there for a little market, and so we got to go up for that and got to play it fresh. God, it's fun. Maybe Kapalua. I like the Kapalua logo a lot. I've been able to go there. I haven't been able to play it, but I've been in the clubhouse and had a beer and watched people struggle going down that hill up on the plantain course. So I'd say Kapalua. Kapalua's got a pretty bitchin' logo. I like simplistic logos. Pinehurst is a great logo. Actually, Tobacco Road. We're going to go with that. We'll go with Tobacco Road's logo. That's another bucket list course as well. We'll go Tobacco Road. That the antlers and the skull are sick. Yeah.
Mike Strant's design course. Jonathan and I got to play it last summer for the first time, and it was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It was a good iron course.
Sounds like they're all good iron courses for you.
Well, that one especially was good. All right. Finish this sentence. The best part of golf is
finishing. No, the best part of golf is it's the camaraderie, it's the hang, it's the boys. It's being. I mean, it's hard to finish the sentence without having it being a run on. I'm pretty illiterate anyway, so it's being able. The best part of golf is being able to meet new people, hang out with your boys, be in the sun, and enjoy pausing from everyday life, and just kind of having that airport time frame of it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So what? Crack the beer. Let's play some tunes. Let's go. That's the best part of golf.
Well, I am excited about getting to do that with you at Landman here in a couple months. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jonathan will have to catch up on next year's version of the cooler, but we'll have to get together some other point too.
Pod from the house there.
We might, but that takes away from the golf. We'll have the portable mics, and we'll be walking around talking to people for sure.
Let's do it.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right, so tell everybody where to find Larson, where to find PowerBilt.
PowerBilt's just Instagram's the best one to do it. There's also PowerBilt.com where you can get everything. And yeah, just find it on Instagram is the best way to do it. And then it's Larson Golf Co. It's Larson with an E. I am Norwegian, not Danish. Larsen Golf Co. on Instagram. That's bar none the best. If anyone's interested in persimmons, you can message me there. Or it's Trevor at LarsonGolfCo.com. So those are the two best ones. And yeah, I think maybe we'll even do a little promo code on PowerBilt for the show for the listeners.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, definitely check the show notes. There might be a promo code in there. But Trevor, this is man, it's been a lot of fun. Exactly what I'd hope it'd be. One, just to get to hang out with you and learn more about what you do. So, and just kind of builds up the anticipation of getting to hang in person. So it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, absolutely, guys. This has been a blast. Happy.
Why are you shaking?
Because I'm excited. I want to go to freaking Landman already. And it's what sucks is it sounds like it's overshadowing going and playing Sweetens when it's not. Like I'm so jacked to go play Sweetens and hang with those guys. And I've never been to that part of the world. I've never been into Tennessee. I've never been to any of those states other than flying in. I think the closest I've flown into is Chicago and only in the airport. So it's going to be really cool to explore new land and be able to drive it with one of my best friends and it's going to be heavily documented because, you know, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be super fun. The show is a blast, guys. I enjoyed it. I listened to a couple snippets of episodes on the way in this morning, and it's exciting. Glad to see you guys grow and get some more people on, and it's a whole lot of fun. This whole little golf world we got going nowadays is crazy. The new guard, there's no more prissy, you can't play with us kind of guys. It's yeah, dude, more the merrier. Let's go. Like it's a lot of fun to grow this game in a positive way and get it out to more people. Although I am a little bit of a component of shrink the game, just because I want to get those douchebags who crash carts and get too drunk. They can hit the bricks, but everyone else, hell yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Well, we always say golf is people, and this is why we do what we do, because we love meeting people like you, Ryan, everybody else that are doing really cool things in the game of golf. And for nothing else, for us, like, we get to meet you, but we can help try to tell and share your story. So excited about what you're doing, man. But we really appreciate you hanging out with us today.
Dude, absolutely. Anytime. It was a lot of fun. Glad to meet y'all. Excited to go play, man. It's going to be epic.
Let's do it. All right. Well, for Trevor and Jonathan, this is Robby. You guys have been listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.